Okay, everybody. What we're doing today is some topic questions out of 5.3 for AP Macro, looking at monetary equation of exchange, which is MV equals PQ. All right, question number one. If nominal GDP in a country is 1,600 and the money supply is 400, what is the velocity of money? So we're just going back to some basic algebra. So I know that M is the money supply of 400, V right here, just like this. We got our equal sign, and P times Q. So price times quantity is going to be our nominal GDP. Now, later in other questions, they say output. Remember, we think of Y as output. So that wouldn't be price times quantity. That would be what had already been multiplied. So anyways, in this one, we're going to find that the velocity is 4 just by solving for V right over here. So basically, I can knock out these zeros if I have to, whatever you did in algebra. So 16 divided by 4. That is going to get you our 4. So that's that answer on that one. Okay, for number 2, excuse me, if real output is $9,000 and the price level is 2 and the velocity of money is 3, then the money supply is. Okay, let's take our equation again, MV equals PQ. So they told us the real output. So this is actually Y. So in the equation, in the question, they give us the price level of 2, and we know output is 9,000. So what that's going to give us is, if we use MV equals P times Y, which some people do. So if we got a real output of 9,000, then I can go 2 times 9,000 is 18,000. So they gave us the velocity of 3 in the question. So now I'm just going to divide 3 into this 18,000 and get a money supply of 6,000. So there we go. We got our money supply. All right, question number 3. I can move this over a bit. Okay. If the money stock decreases but nominal GDP remains constant, which of the following has occurred? So I take my equation. Money stock decreases. Money stock means money supply. So my down arrow means it's decreasing. And GDP remains constant. So I just draw a line like constant. Okay. Then what's going to happen? Well, if this decreases, then what is going to happen to this sucker right here to keep this one equal or the same? So if that's decreasing, that one has to increase, and by the same amount, right? So we got our answer of the income velocity of money has increased. That's the only way to make that one work. Okay. All right, number 4. Country X's economy is currently at full employment. Assume their central bank increases the money supply by 2% over a prolonged period. According to the quantity theory of money, which is, of course, MV equals PQ, which of the following will happen in the long run for a given velocity of money? Well, I know if M is going to increase, velocity is going to be constant. On the other side of the equal sign, what do I have? An increase over here on this side. So now my output is going to increase by 2%, isn't it? So that's the correct answer to number 4. And over here to number 5, an economy is in long-run equilibrium. If the central bank, remember the central bank is the Fed, that's the worst E I've ever written. So the Fed, or the Federal Reserve Bank, they want to reduce the growth of the money supply. So that means over the future, the money supply is going to decrease. So what's going to happen in the long run? Well, in the long run, I know if the money supply is decreasing, velocity is the same. We're going to have the same economic activity, less amount of money involved. So that means that prices won't change as quickly. And that means that economic activity would slow down. So in the long run, P is going to drop, so price level. So if the P decreases in the long run, then inflation will decrease. So that's going to be your answer to number 5. All right, so you can open this up in a separate window while you're doing your quiz. Hopefully that helps you work through it, but it's always good to draw this stuff out on paper. Remember that for all your tests you're going to be taking later.